Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another technical analysis video. Today we're going to be doing some technical analysis on Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly time frame. Now, I've gone quite a way back here on the charts. I've gone back to the 2014 to 15 bear market for Bitcoin, and I wanted to show you a pattern here that I've noticed on the weekly time frame involving the 20 and the 55 EMA. So you've got this yellow line, which is the 20 EMA, and you've got this red line, which is the 55 EMA. Now, what I wanted to show you guys here is a familiar pattern that I've seen play out through since this bear market, play out through the current other bear markets leading up to our 2022 bear market. And I've noticed something very particular. So whenever we do start to lose support of this 20 EMA and turn it into resistance, you can see that when you are forming the bottom and the structural pattern, you can see that once you do get above the 20-week EMA within this structure, this bottoming structure that formed here for Bitcoin before it started to take off into its next bull run, you can see that during this bear market, Bitcoin failed to get above its 20-week EMA multiple times, but when it did start to close above its 20-week EMA here back in June 2015, and you got a candle close above the weekly 20, you can see that you actually pushed up to the weekly 55, and that was a very strong resistance point for Bitcoin, which was around $320. So Bitcoin put in this low down here at 151, it then rallied up to near 300, got rejected by the 20-week EMA, coiled up, held support, and then it broke the 20-week EMA. You got the candle close above it on the week of on the 29th of June. You got the candle close above the 20-week EMA, and you rallied to the 55. So this is what I want us to keep in mind. We broke and closed above the 20-week EMA, and when we did that, we rallied to the 55, which was the $320 mark. And this is where Bitcoin had support, resistance, support, higher, low, broke out. Okay, and after this it broke out and off it went. It didn't look back, okay, for a very long time. So we keep in mind, we got that candle close on the weekly above the weekly 20, we rallied to the 55. Okay, keep that in mind. Now we're going to move on here. We're going to have a little look at the next bear market. Okay, so you can see that the bear market from 2017, okay, through 2018 in December. You can see at this point here, Bitcoin's under its EMAs, okay, the 20 EMA was very strong resistance for Bitcoin when it was in its downtrend, okay, here, and then it had the final crash, and then you started to work your way back up to these EMAs, and it wasn't until you actually closed above the weekly that you rallied to what again? The 55. Okay, so in the last one that we indicated a minute ago that we was looking at, as soon as Bitcoin put in a candle close above the 20-week EMA, it rallied to the 55 where it met resistance. And this time Bitcoin met resistance at a price of around $5,500. So you can see that when you do have these bottoming patterns and you break out, once you close above the weekly 20 EMA and you get a candle close above it, you rally to the 55. Again, just going back to where we was down here, you can see in the previous bear market, once you're under the EMAs in the 20s resistance, once you do close above the 20-week EMA, you rally to the 55. Okay, so once you've closed above it, you rally to the 55. And up here, once you close above the weekly 20, you rally to the 55. Now, if we look at our current bear market, you can see we've got very strong resistance for us at this 24.5k range, 25k. Okay, and you've got 2 points of contact of resistance near the 20. And actually what we're seeing right now is off of this low, we've got a candle close above the weekly 20. So just like the prior two bear markets we've had, once we saw the candle close above the 20, it indicated to us we was going to rally up to the 55. Okay, so once we've closed above the weekly 20, which is we got last week, we've closed above it, it is now pointing to us, okay, if history does repeat here, again, it doesn't have to, this is not financial advice, I'm just showing you a pattern that I've realized within the charts in the past few bear markets. Whenever Bitcoin has closed above the weekly 20 within its first candle, it has rallied to the 55 EMA. And you can see if Bitcoin was to start rallying to that sort of price, okay, if Bitcoin did sort of hold here, let the EMAs catch up a bit and then start to rally, it wouldn't surprise me because you've got this 55 creeping on your head, okay, and you've got the previous resistance back in August where you fell down to that 17k area, you rallied back up to the 25k range, and then you got pushed back down to the 15k. And now right now what we're doing, I think we're trying to retrace back up to this 25k range, the 55 weekly EMA, and especially because what's given a bit of confluence is we've broken out and closed on the weekly above the 20, and we've our point of contact retracing back to is that 24k area, sorry. So right now it looks like potentially what we've got on our hands if we're fruitful enough, is this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2 pullback. Right now this is a wave 3. Potentially we could have a wave 4 pullback to the weekly 20 EMA. As long as we hold the weekly 20 EMA, we have to hold that. But if we do hold that, okay, you could be looking for a fifth wave back up to this key level of resistance at 25k. And at this point, I think Bitcoin then will decide to come in for some sort of deeper retracement, you know, get everyone shaken out of the markets. But as long as you hold the 15k retracement at that point, I think everything would be dandy. But my key point is, if we was to put in this final 5th wave, it would make sense, because we've closed above the weekly 20, it would make sense come for a pullback and to meet that 55 EMA as it's coming down on our heads here, and equally run up to that previous resistance at 24.5k. So that's a quick update for you today on Bitcoin, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe. I'm sorry I kind of rushed through that video, just a quick one today on Bitcoin. I actually don't normally cover it, to be fair, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Until next time, from Chart Nerd TA, take care, guys. Have a great evening. Peace out.